I think we are. We'll find out. All right, so this, if you follow my cursor, I do have a video on this, and I recommend you watch all the videos that I've put together. I'm not really a great videographer, but it is a good way to share information in a very concise manner with everyone. So this is going to be your interaction with the course. Under announcements, this is a long initial announcement, and you should read all of it, but I'll be making announcements every week, sometimes several times a week. And I believe when you can set up your profile so that when I make announcements, you will also get a text saying that this class has a new announcement. But we're going to go up here. Well, first of all, this is our book. And the book is actually like a workbook. So when we say that the assignment is pages 25 to 38, really like 10 of those pages are like workbook pages with big pieces of white space on them. So that's probably where you would want to do your homework. You do have access to an electronic copy of the book, but I would think your paper homework you're going to do right out of the textbook. And you get the textbook from our bookstore. There's a link to the bookstore, and I think you can go in as long as you get your temperature checked. You can pick it up at the bookstore, and at least they were doing some curbside delivery. You can check with them. They're going to work with the students on this. Here's my name, and here are my office hours. We'll get into that in a moment, but here you're going to go under content. This is the content for the class. And here under the table of contents, here is your general information. This is stuff that you can be looking at anytime during the course. For instance, you will need Excel for this class, and there is a way for you to get a free student copy of Microsoft Excel since you're a student. Okay, this would be how you would sign up for online homework. But I want to start with orientation. You should go look at all of these tabs under orientation. So this kind of introduces you to me to you. How to succeed in this course. This is a very important web page right here. Here's a video for how you're going to need to get started, how to navigate through D2L. Oh. And the syllabus. If I were you, I would print out a copy of the syllabus. This is the constitution for our class. Everything you need to know should be in this syllabus somewhere. When we're meeting, the textbook, the prerequisites, what you'll need. You will need a graphing calculator, by the way, our Connect Math course ID, although I'm going to show you how to link to Connect Math. For those of you that do not have the funds right now to buy Connect Math course ID, which by the way comes with the book when you get it from the bookstore, this is a temporary code that Cengage will let you use. I believe it's for 14 days. So when you set up your account, you would use that account. And you can at least get started on your homework. Everything we're covering in the class, the grading policies. Again, I'm not going to read all this to you, but the total number of points that each category is made up of. All right, so as we look at here, some online homework is worth 136 points. If you notice, your chapter tests are worth 400 of the 818 points. That's the largest part of your overall grade. So your chapter tests are really the most important part of your grade. And That's why these Tuesday lectures are going to be important, because I am not going to repeat material that you've seen in your videos. I'm going to go over problem type questions. I'm going to be looking at the homework and seeing what kind of questions people are getting wrong and clarifying. And I'm also going to be going over the kinds of questions that will be on your quizzes and on your test. Here are the dates of our tests and our policies. Again, you should read all this, and then some of it is also covered in videos. But the last page of the syllabus is our schedule. So this will tell you exactly which sections we're covering during which week, the dates, when we have a quiz, when we have a test. So get to know your syllabus. I haven't seen anyone raise a hand yet. But then again, with this interface, maybe I'm missing it. If you have a question, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask. Here we have our grading policy. You cannot make up quizzes. If you miss a test, I will put your lowest other test grade in. If you miss a second test, both tests get a 0. And that's not good. All right, there will be written homework. I assume you'll do it in your workbook, and then what you'll have to do is take copies, take pictures of your workbook, use an app on your phone to put that all into a single PDF file and upload the homework assignments. And then your video lecture attendance, like you've attended today. And so you'll get a point for attending today. You'll get attendance will count as a quiz, so up to 10 points. So if you come to 10 lectures, you'll get your 10 points. Now, our tests are on Tuesdays, our quizzes are on Tuesdays, and again, I'm going to be going over sample type questions prior to the tests and the quizzes. So if I were you, I'd try to make these Tuesday lectures. So that's the kind of information that is under orientation. But where you'll spend most of your time once we get into the material will be on a week-by-week basis. Here is week 1. Every week has a checklist. So if you choose the checklist, this is really your roadmap for how to navigate through the course. So this week, due by Sunday, these are the topics that you will cover, the objectives, the outcomes. Here's a link to today's lecture. Now, these are all hot links. If you want to do your reading online, you select reading section 1.1, and the first time you do this, you're not linked to Connect Math. This page will come up. This is our Connect Math course. This is where you'll have a copy to your online textbook and where your online homework will be. You're going to click Connect. You're going to click Connect Math. And when you click Connect Math, you'll have to put in your Cengage user ID. That comes with your book, or you can buy one online. And you'll be brought into Connect Math. I want to show you what that looks like. Oh, sorry. And you should only have one Connect Math class. I have 4, but see here we have 4 students that have already successfully gotten into our course. This is linked to our course, our D2L course. So for section 1.1, you have some skills assignments, pardon me, and some application assignments. All right, so that link will only have to be done once. and then you're automatically linked to our course. Let's go back to the checklist. So we're covering section 1.1 and 1.2. And the way you're going to get your course material is there are online lectures that were created by Dr. Bailey for this material. All right, so you're going to watch the videos instead of going to school, instead of going to class, I should say, you're going to be watching the videos. Now, in order to facilitate watching the videos under the checklist, you can print out these blank notes. These are, I think they're PDFs. They might be doc files, but these are blank lecture notes for you to print for yourself. And then as you go through the lecture, fill in the notes. Then, I don't know, free-hole punch them and put them in a binder. And those are going to be your lecture notes for the material for this class. So you've got lectures and blank notes. Always back to the checklist. And then there's also technology. One of the best things about this class is you're going to learn how to use an Excel spreadsheet, which is going to be so helpful when you get into your 100 level math class. And then here's what you're responsible for this week. All of these assignments are due on Sunday night at basically midnight. All right, so there's online homework, which once again will bring you into Connect Math. It doesn't bring you to section 1.1, it just brings you into Connect Math, and you have to open up the folder for section 1.1. Going back down here, then there's technology homework. These are short. Oh, let me go ahead and view this as a student, your student interface. It shows up a little bit differently here. So here's the video, and here's my spreadsheet, an XLSX spreadsheet. When that gets downloaded, you open it and it'll bring up Microsoft Excel. Here are your assignments. They're not long assignments, but they're just so that you can know how to use Microsoft Excel. And then you're going to save the spreadsheet, or maybe you'll save a Word document, and then you will upload that file, that spreadsheet or that document, or for your written homework, your PDF, you're going to upload that by pointing and clicking and saying add file, and then say submit. That's how you'll get your homework to us. I want to show you this little tab here. See with this arrow? You can move as we move through the weeks. You can go to each week's checklist. And then there's a written assignment. So the written assignment that's going to be due this Sunday at midnight is section 1.1 and 1.2, questions 1 through 10, and questions 1 through 11 on those pages. So you're going to do those in your book. Take pictures of them. Use an app on your phone and create a single PDF file, and then upload the single PDF file. That's how you're going to get your homework. to us, to me. And then I think there's, if there are any quizzes or if there are any tests or test reflections that are due, they will also show up down here. And so there is an orientation quiz. Once you watch all the little videos and look through your syllabus, you're going to, now I can't do this because I'm not a real student, but you would click Start Quiz, and it's a 10-question quiz. You can take it as many times as you want, but that's just to make sure that you've familiarized yourself with the material. So that's basically D2L and the checklist and how to navigate and how to connect with Connect Math and how to upload assignments. Are there any questions? I want to stop right now and see if you have any questions. Everyone's doing okay, all right? All right, so what's cheating in this class? Let's see. Here's a poll for you. Multiple choice. What do you think is cheating in this class? Or what do you think I consider cheating? All right, looks like everyone's responded. All right, so it's very, I think the rules are very clear what I consider cheating. You can get any help you want on your homework. So you can use an online app. There are online math apps. You can Google an answer. I mean, whatever helps you learn the material, I'm okay with on your homework. So you can look up answers for your homework. You cannot use any online apps for your tests or your quizzes. All right, that's your way to show yourself and me what you actually know. Not at that point what you can find out. Okay, but what you actually know. You can use your notes and your textbooks during homework. I'm assuming you haven't mastered it yet and you want to look back and make sure you understand the process. So absolutely, you can use your notes and your textbook during homework, but not during tests for the same reason. About working with a group or a friend or a tutor or even me for your homework. Yes, totally fine. Any help you need to do well on your homework for you to practice the content is totally okay. But, once it comes times for quizzes and tests, that's your chance to show yourself and me what you do know. It's not a group effort. All right, so let's see, what are we up with? Taking a practice test. I do not think that's cheating. There are practice tests in the book. And again, I'm even going to go over types of problems on Tuesdays for upcoming tests. So I think that's prepping for a test to do practice type problems. Now, about previewing a copy of an existing test from another student, I think that's cheating. Okay, so if someone's in another section and they had the test on Monday, you're taking the test on Tuesday, I think that's an unfair advantage for you to be looking at other people's tests. All right, or even none of you have been in this class with me before, but let's say someone's repeating this class and they have a copy of an old test. It wouldn't be fair for them to be distributing that to other people. So I do consider it cheating when it comes time for tests, for you to have an unfair advantage by using a previous copy of a test. You can absolutely use a calculator on your homework, on your tests, on your quizzes. You're going to need a calculator. You're going to need a graphing calculator just to get through this material. So not a problem to use a calculator. In fact, it's a requirement to use a calculator. All right, so we know what I think is cheating. I don't expect that there would be problems, but you know, when you have an online type of format, people's lines are drawn in different places, and I just want you to know where my line is drawn. I think this is going to be a great class. You learn so much in this class, and one of the things I like about this class is that it's not just algebra. By the time people get to this class, sometimes in college, they've so had it with algebra, and this is not just algebra. You do need to know some algebra, and you'll be practicing that, and that's what the Connect Math skills are for some algebra and for some geometry type of material. But most of the material is problem solving. We'll be learning a lot about statistics and probability and just, you know, some interesting disciplines in math, some set notation, some Venn diagrams, you know, so it's got a lot of good material, and I hope that you're looking forward to it. It's a 6-credit class. It's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work, but it's worth it, and you get a lot of credit for it. So stay up with your work is what I advise. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say is you have my cell number. It's on the syllabus, or I'll actually just, I'll give you mine. We'll chat it out right now. If you would like me to text you contacts, I have one contact called Office Hours, and that has the 3 Zoom meetings and the 3 Zoom passwords for when I'm here to answer questions for you. And then I have a contact for this meeting here in case, you know, you forget what that information is all, you know, where that information is. I don't know. Your generation usually, you know, if it's on your phone, it'll happen. So I want to make that available to you. Another thing that is available to you is online tutoring. And I go through a link of how to, it's free. You can get up to an hour a day. I'm one of the tutors, but you don't have to use me. You can use any of the tutors that do this class. And I would recommend get help. Get help, don't fall behind. Well, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Do you have any questions? All right, well, it's a pleasure. I am going to ask one question. I'm sorry. Before I do one last poll, I'm going to ask, please, that you type your name in the chat. Just type your name in the chat, because that gets copied, and that's how I'm going to take attendance. I don't know if this attendance participant list is getting recorded. I'll know better next week, but at least for this week, I want you to get credit for being in this, you know, in this class, in this lecture. And then the one last thing, let's end with relaunching will clear. Yes. now that we've had this little review or overview, here are the same questions. What are your current expectations? Do you feel a little bit better about what's going to be required of you? Okay, and still no one's saying it's too much, I'm dropping. So excellent. That's great. All right, very good. All right, well, I'm going to end the meeting. If you have any questions, you have my cell number, you have my email number. Be looking in the D2L class for any announcements. All right, thanks very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.